for all your work. At this time, it's my honor to announce and introduce this year's Mason awardees. I encourage you to follow along in the program where you can view current and past Mason Award winners. The Walter O. Mason Award is the highest honor awarded by the Council for Opportunity in Education and recognizes individuals for outstanding contributions to college opportunity programs and the advancement of educational opportunity for low-income, first-generation students and students with disabilities. This year's Walter O. Mason Award is presented to 3 accomplished members of our community. Our first honoree is Bethsaida Colón Diaz. Let me begin by saying that Bethsaida is a difficult person. She has opinions. She calls the truth as she sees it. She speaks her mind. She is not especially troubled by niceties. It is not easy to forget that Bethsaida's career included time as a politician and as a community organizer. Today, in addition to serving as the director of Upward Bound at the Academia Directores Médicos de Puerto Rico, she continues as an organizer and as a politician. Those skills are in particular evidence in the TRIO Alumni Association in Puerto Rico, one of the nation's largest, and that she has been instrumental in putting together. The events of this past year have caused each of us to reflect on the roots of the TRIO programs in sustained advocacy, in civil disobedience, and as the late civil rights champion John Lewis would say, the necessity of good trouble. Bethsaida, for never allowing any of us to forget the need for honesty and candor, for your passionate advocacy for Puerto Rican professionals and students wherever they happen to live, and for a life devoted to stirring up good trouble. I am honored and pleased to present you this 2020 Walter O. Mason Award. Bethsaida.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes y saludos, Puerto Rico. Thank you for this honor. You know, when I first received the call that I had been selected to receive the Walter O. Mason Award, I was like overwhelmed. Imagine I'm being honored for my energetic leadership, which allows TRIO to continue to enhance educational opportunity in America. Immediately, my mind went back to an early age in the South Bronx, New York, when my 2 brothers and sisters sat around the dining room table every Monday after supper, while my parents led our weekly gathering to talk about our week. Each one was obligated, literally, to read a passage from the Bible, which usually led to obedience. You know, Proverbs, which talks a lot about obedience. And while it always didn't end well because my brother was a troublemaker, one thing I learned the value of education and how important it was for me and my family and my sisters and brothers. My parents never went to college, but they made every effort and they put a lot of emphasis on going to school. As a matter of fact, my sister was never absent. She actually got an award in high school when she graduated. But anyway, it was very important. The emphasis on education, that is the only way out of how we stand in our society. And it wasn't easy, let me tell you. When I was in high school, when I was going on to high school, I was told I could never go to college. I was told that I had to go to a school that prepared you to be a secretary, a practical nurse, or a beautician. And to tell you the truth, those skills that I learned back then helped me to keep me organized as an administrator. And since then, I always wanted to go to college. But because I was in that type of school, I had to go to night school and take courses so I can qualify to get into college. And once I did, I applied to a 4-year college and I got into a community college. Not bad, but I knew that that's where mostly women went. Now, Trio wasn't well, it was around, but I had nothing. I didn't know about them. But through the encouragement of my families and friends and my drive and my tenacity, my goals as an educator and administrator became a reality. And I have made it my goal for the past 40 plus years to encourage young people and their families and first generation students to pursue their dreams and goals and never, never look back and see what's wrong with the world, but rather just move forward and keep their eye on the prize. Yes, we are many people in Trio, but we need to continue to have a greater impact on the lawmakers and legislators. We live in some very trying and crucial times, but also very exciting times where there are Trio leaders, Trio alumni that are running for office, and Trio leaders that are emerging continuously. And I encourage you to vote and urge others to vote as well. If you know someone that is not registered to vote, assist them in filling out that registration form. Believe me, don't assume that they know how. And always remember there is power in the vote. We are all part of this great Trio family and Trio nation, and we are many. And Mr. Walter O. Mason was known to have encouraged Trio personnel to unify because he would say there was clout in numbers. He knew the value of joining together for Trio. Now more than ever, his words are true and they ring out and they resonate. Let's continue to make a difference. This past week, the world has lost an icon, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. May she rest in peace. Let her legacy serve as inspiration to us all. Fight for the things that you are about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. Thank you, Council for Education, for Opportunity in Education, President Hoyler, Chairperson Ethelbaum, my Trio family, the Caribbean Association, and most of all, my family, my sister, my brother, my children, and my beautiful granddaughters, Isabella and Frankie, who started 12th grade this year. And before you know it, will go on to college. Hopefully, my life is a blueprint for them to follow, as well as for all women, especially women of color. Thank you again for this honor. May God bless you. Be safe, wear a mask, and get out to vote. Thank you very much.
Congratulations once again, Bethsaida. Such a pleasure to work with you.